Hi, I'm Tony Schrader, Chairman of the Putnam County Republican Party, here in beautiful downtown Delphus with our good friend Roy Klopfenstein. Roy was down doing a little radio work today, and we thought, why don't we just grab a little studio space and shoot some video while we're at it? So
good idea, Tony.
And then we're going to have delicious lunch over at the Rustic, I think, when we're wrapped up.
It's a tough day.
Yeah,
it's a tough day.
That's great. Well, it's a real pleasure to be with you. Wanted to start off just quickly by congratulating you again on your great win in the primary. Looks like the campaign's got a lot of momentum. Seeing you everywhere. Getting out and meeting the folks and doing the work to win in November.
Yeah, I got one of the boxes checked off as far as a primary, and thoroughly enjoying meeting people. I didn't realize how many great events our small towns, our Northwest Ohio district has.
Yep.
Joining some parades and meeting a lot of people, and the friendliness. People are great.
Yeah,
we have an awesome district.
No doubt about it, and we're honestly fortunate to have you soon to be on your way to Columbus. We hope, if we all do our part, to make sure that you're representing us down there. So
certainly, getting out to vote is still critically important,
right.
And we know the percentages were really low with the unique and unusual primary time.
Yep.
But people are fired up.
They are fired up.
People are upset with what's going on the national level, and they want to get out and vote.
Well,
and I think there will be a tremendous difference between the primary and the general
most
election
definitely.
in the fall.
And let's talk about that at the national level, because everything that's national has suddenly become state and local, right?
It has.
We're all facing the same difficulties, the same struggle being put on us by the ridiculous and reckless spending of the federal government and the Democrats that are controlling it. We talked a bit before we started filming specifically about agriculture.
Yeah, ag is hit really hard because almost everything that we buy or sell is related back to energy. And even though maybe gas prices have come a little off their high,
right.
Energy prices, when it comes back to fertilizer and the things that we buy, it's a train wreck.
Sure.
And it's very expensive. Parts availability, just checked on a hydraulic motor, 190 days.
Yeah.
I need it now, not next June.
It's incredible.
There's some supply issues, but it all gets back to energy and inflation.
Right.
And inflation is uncontrolled spending, and energy is just bad federal policy. And yes, but it not only affects the farmers, it affects every homeowner because we all eat and drive
right
to
across
work.
the board. Well, and actually, the last Consumer Price Index report, the energy component was as bad as it had been before. Food prices are skyrocketing, absolutely skyrocketing.
I think we got a little lag time in agriculture as far as prices going up, but what I see now, it is accelerating to the top, and it's not pretty. Next
Sure.
season might not be all so much fun
Right.
in the egg sector.
Right. Well, and then you start to talk about things like food supply and everything else. I think we wanted to reference that in particular because that sets the table for what this fall actually is. We actually have an opportunity, if we do our part, not just to elect you and to elect our statewide officials, but to alter the direction of things in Washington, D.C. by stopping the Democrats' ability to run things through the Congress and have Joe Biden sign them. So,
Well, and the frustrating thing, at least in Northwest Ohio, is so much of what is being done is just against our basic principles and
Right.
against our basic values.
exactly.
We're responsible fiscally. We don't like the ridiculous spending, as you referred to it, and it's just all could have been avoidable. So here's our chance to maybe say, no, we're not going to put
Right.
up with this and vote Republican
Make the
when
block.
it comes the November election.
Exactly right. Let's talk about that for a minute, particularly with turnout. Ohioans received a letter from the Secretary of State week before last with an application for an absentee ballot. And absentee ballot requests across at least our part of Ohio are way up as a result of that. That's the first step in the get out the vote operation, right?
It's the first step, and the second part is we have to get out and speak to people. Certainly I want their vote, but the rest of the folks that need to go down there, particularly our Supreme Court justices
Right.
and our governor, the governor will make an appointment for the fourth seat or the open seat on that Supreme Court.
Right.
That is so critically important if we're going to have a conservative Northwest Ohio agenda be successful
Exactly.
at the state level.
Because if we do not control the Ohio Supreme Court, it doesn't really matter much what the General Assembly passes or the governor signs.
I would draw the analogy, if we don't control the court, we'll get more of the federal policy through our state Supreme Court, and that's not what
Exactly
we want.
right. The complete wrong direction. So very much blocking and tackling, basic stuff that we've got to
Basic
do.
stuff.
49 days out from today. So if you're interested in voting absentee, get that absentee ballot request in. The boards of elections will mail you a ballot. Early voting will be beginning in about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
Very soon.
It's
Very
right
soon.
around the corner. We'll have a long early voting period again, and then it'll be time for election day. I think one of the messages we heard, one of the events we were at recently, was not only telling your friends and neighbors, but lining up 10 other people. What do you think about that idea?
Well, we can't just live in our own little bubble and sing to the choir. We got to get new members for the choir.
Right.
We have to get out, not only talk to our family, but talk to the friends of our family and get their friends to talk to it. We have to use the old pyramid. We have to get out and talk to folks
And make it done.
and make it happen, because it will make a difference. And I don't think there's anyone that's not affected by what's going on.
Exactly
So
right.
it's important. Let's get out and vote.
Let's change direction in this country, not just in Ohio, but all across the United States. And actually, let's start with the 82nd District, the brand new district, and send you down to Columbus. We're excited about the potential here.
I am getting excited. We're being able to do a lot of groundwork and get things in place for when we hopefully get there. But it all starts with a November 8th vote.
Fantastic. It's good seeing you again, Roy.
Likewise, thanks, Tony. Appreciate all you do.
My pleasure. We'll see you next time.